On the last morning in the Galapagos, I walked around, and as always, there were sea lions everywhere. They are just so cute. You go to sit on a park bench, but no sea lion has got there first. There he is, making himself comfy. Anyway, we then had a transfer to the airport and took off. Very, very sad to leave the Galapagos. It truly is an amazing and special place. The flight was about 2 hours to Guayaquil, and you can see there it's the biggest and most developed city in Ecuador. The seafront, or the Melancon, has been developed and is spectacular, running for a few miles, and it gets really well used in the evening. Lots of people, families, not just tourists. But even in the day, it's lovely to walk along. There are lots of monuments, including these to Simon Bolivar, who is really the founder of many of the South American countries. And there's even a Ferris wheel, which I didn't go on. There are lots of stalls. What I did go on, though, was the overhead cable car that takes you across the city at an amazingly cheap price of $1.40 for a round trip. That is the old town, which is about 440 steps up, that I decided not to do because you just see the same view as this. The view down the estuary is spectacular. Interesting that there is lots of vegetation floating downstream, a bit like the Mekong Delta. But then when you go over the inland bit, you see that it's just like any other Latin American city. That's the biggest cemetery you've ever seen. The next morning I went to Iguana Park, immediately opposite the hotel. That's its unofficial name because basically it's full of iguanas. These are different species from the Galapagos because they are adapted to be green and brown as camouflage rather than black. In the Galapagos there are also little turtles in a pond, all lined up on a ledge. Lots of fish of different types, and of course more iguanas. It was feeding time for the iguanas, which was quite fun to see. It's quite a poor area because everywhere you go there are people on street corners trying to sell you things. And people trying to offer boot polishing, water bottles and so on. Lovely church opposite the hotel, very modern service going on. After that I just wandered around the Melancon for a bit and then went back to the hotel to wait for the coach to take us to the airport for the end of what has been a truly amazing holiday.